gave them food and shelter when they didn't have it. Not saying they couldn't get it, but they know the situations that they were in. You know what I mean? As school kids. And
they were in school, they got kicked out, you said?
Both of them got kicked out.
Both of them got kicked out, and you gave them food and shelter. How did you have money for food and shelter?
I learned how to do it.
What you talking about, man?
What's the chances of you, Cam, and Mace getting back?
I don't think it's really going to happen. We two different type of people. Always have. Competitive nature always been first before friendship. Remember, Cam, my man. It's not.
So it's not you.
I took the position of my position.
You were fanned out and you begged to come to your house after you heard all these mixtapes. That's how you got in. You was so cool. And we was like, yo, Jomo's a nice guy.
The hip-hop world is buzzing as shocking revelations surface about Jim Jones. Mai and Cameron have reportedly exposed him, revealing lies and false claims about his ties to Harlem, leaving fans and fellow artists stunned. Social media erupted as clips, screenshots, and heated debates flooded every platform, with fans going in on Jones like never before. Questions are being asked about his credibility, street credibility, and past stories he's shared. Stories that now appear to be misleading or exaggerated. The fallout is immediate and intense. Clips of Mai and Cameron calling out Jim Jones spread like wildfire, with reaction videos, memes, and fiery comment threads dominating timelines. Fans are debating whether Jones has been dishonest for years, or if this is simply a clash between rival voices in hip-hop. Regardless, the scene has ignited a frenzy online, with opinions divided, emotions high, and the drama escalating in real time. This story isn't just about a feud, it's about street credibility, reputation, and the power of exposure in the digital age. Mai and Cameron's revelations have thrown Jim Jones into the spotlight for reasons he never expected, turning the conversation toward accountability and honesty in hip-hop narratives. Fans are left wondering, can Jones bounce back, or has this moment permanently reshaped his legacy? The hip-hop community is in shock after a heated confrontation that has left Jim Jones humiliated, and fans going in like never before. Mai and Cameron, two of Harlem's most respected voices, reportedly exposed Jones, revealing inconsistencies and false claims about his ties to the city he has long claimed as home. Social media erupted immediately after clips of the confrontation surfaced, with fans dissecting every word, body language, and historical claim. The tension between these Harlem heavyweights has not only exposed personal rivalries, but also sparked broader conversations about credibility, street reputation, and accountability within the hip-hop world. Insiders say that the feud began months ago, with subtle jabs and social media posts hinting at underlying tensions. Mai and Cameron had reportedly grown frustrated with Jones's public claims about his street credibility, past affiliations, and influence in Harlem. Sources suggest that the two artists felt it was necessary to set the record straight, leading to a dramatic showdown where Jones's stories were questioned and his narratives publicly challenged. Fans were quick to latch onto the controversy, with clips of the confrontation circulating across Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, fueling debates and heated discussions in real time. The specific claims being challenged relate to Jones's personal history in Harlem, his alleged affiliations, and the street credibility he has cultivated over decades. Mai and Cameron dissected his stories line by line, highlighting contradictions, exaggerations, and moments that didn't align with known facts about the city and its community. This public exposure was not just about personal beef, it was about authenticity, respect, and legacy. Fans immediately took sides, some defending Jones, others praising Mai and Cameron for holding him accountable. The intensity of the reaction demonstrated how much the hip-hop community values truth and authenticity in storytelling. Social media reactions have been explosive. Memes mocking Jones's claims circulated within hours, and reaction videos from fans and influencers went viral. Clips of May L.E. and Cam'ron's statements were shared tens of thousands of times, with comment sections filled with debates about street credibility, hip-hop authenticity, and the responsibility artists have when representing their communities. Some fans expressed anger at Jones for allegedly exaggerating his ties, while others argued that he was being unfairly targeted. The public nature of this confrontation magnified every emotion, turning a private disagreement into a viral spectacle. Jones himself reportedly reacted defensively, attempting to clarify or justify his statements about Harlem. Sources close to him revealed that he felt blindsided by the intensity of the public exposure, as May and Cam'ron's responses were sharper, more detailed, and backed by historical context. The confrontation reportedly left him embarrassed, with friends noting that the incident was one of the most humiliating moments of his career. Despite his efforts to respond, the narrative was largely controlled by May and Cam'ron, who appeared composed, confident, and focused on revealing the truth. The fallout extended beyond the artists themselves. Harlem's community and fans who grew up in the city weighed in, analyzing the claims, corroborating stories, and offering their perspectives. Many expressed frustration at Jones if his statements were indeed exaggerated, emphasizing that respect and authenticity matter in hip-hop culture. Others discussed the generational divide, noting that older artists often carry the burden of representing the streets, while younger voices or peers have the responsibility to hold each other accountable. The conversation highlighted the deep connection between the artists' narratives and the communities they claim to represent. Industry insiders also commented on the potential implications for Jones's career. Some suggested that this public exposure could affect his reputation, credibility, and future collaborations. Others argued that while the embarrassment is undeniable, Jones's talent, fanbase, and established influence could allow him to recover if he approaches the situation strategically. Regardless, the incident has put him under a microscope, with fans and peers alike scrutinizing every move he makes in the coming weeks. The story has now transcended personal rivalry. It's a lesson in accountability, perception, and the power of truth in shaping a legacy. May and Cam'ron, on the other hand, received widespread praise for their approach. Insiders revealed that they meticulously prepared, gathering historical context, eyewitness accounts, and documented evidence to support their claims. Their goal was reportedly not to humiliate for personal gain, but to maintain authenticity and protect Harlem's reputation. Fans praised their focus, discipline, and ability to confront a peer publicly without resorting to unnecessary drama or disrespect. The incident reinforced their status as respected voices within hip-hop, demonstrating the weight of accountability and credibility in the culture. As the story unfolded online, debates intensified. Social media users dissected past interviews, music videos, and social posts from Jones, comparing them with claims made by May and Cam'ron. Influencers and fan accounts provided commentary, breaking down the timeline of events and highlighting inconsistencies. Memes and viral threads amplified the conversation, blending humor, criticism, and analysis. Every reaction contributed to the growing narrative, turning the confrontation into a cultural moment that captured the attention of the entire hip-hop community. The emotional impact on Jones was visible to those close to him. Friends noted that the humiliation went beyond ego. It touched on years of effort to cultivate a personal brand and street credibility. Sources said he was reflecting privately, considering how to respond while maintaining his dignity. Despite the intense public scrutiny, insiders suggest that he is planning to reclaim his narrative, though the shadow of May and Cam'ron's exposure will likely linger for some time. Fans continue to speculate on how he will navigate the aftermath and whether he will address the confrontation publicly or focus on rebuilding his reputation behind the scenes. As Part 1 concludes, the stage is set for further drama and revelations. Part 2 will explore the reactions from fans, Harlem insiders, and other artists, as well as the deeper implications for Jim Jones's legacy. With social media buzzing and public opinion divided, the story is far from over, and every move Jones makes from this point forward will be under intense scrutiny. The fallout from Mae and Cam'ron exposing Jim Jones continued to ripple through the hip-hop community, with reactions pouring in from fans, industry insiders, and fellow artists alike. Social media exploded as every clip, tweet, and post about the confrontation went viral. Fans were dissecting every word of Mae and Cam'ron's statements, comparing them with Jones's past interviews, music videos, and public claims. The level of engagement was unprecedented, with trending hashtags, viral reaction videos, and heated debates dominating timelines. Some fans expressed outrage at Jones for allegedly exaggerating his ties to Harlem, while others defended him, claiming this was part of ongoing rivalries in the hip-hop world. Harlem itself became a focal point in the conversation. Locals and longtime residents weighed in, analysing the validity of Jones's claims about the city, its culture, and its community. Many noted that Mae and Cam'ron's exposure highlighted the importance of authenticity and accountability, especially when it comes to representing one's neighbourhood. Discussions emerged around the responsibilities artists have when speaking about their roots, and how false narratives can impact the credibility of not only the artist, but the culture they claim to embody. This added a layer of complexity, turning a personal feud into a broader cultural debate. Jones reportedly struggled to manage the fallout. Sources close to him revealed that he initially considered responding publicly, but the weight of Mae and Cam'ron's evidence, combined with the intensity of social media reactions, made him reconsider. Friends noted that he felt embarrassed, frustrated, and cornered, as the narrative seemed overwhelmingly in favor of the two Harlem veterans. His attempts to clarify or defend himself reportedly came across as defensive, which only fueled the online backlash. The incident, insiders said, represented one of the most humiliating moments of his career, affecting both his public image and personal confidence. Fans were relentless, sharing memes and reaction videos that mocked Jones's previous claims. Influencers on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok provided breakdowns of the confrontation, highlighting inconsistencies in his stories and applauding Mae and Cam'ron for holding him accountable. Comment sections overflowed with opinions, some critical, some supportive, but nearly everyone agreed that the exposure was a turning point in Jones's public perception. For many fans, this was more than entertainment. It was a lesson in authenticity and accountability within hip-hop culture. Industry insiders highlighted the implications for collaborations and partnerships. Some suggested that Jones's credibility in Harlem and beyond might take a hit, potentially affecting future projects and endorsements. Others argued that his established fan base, talent, and influence could allow him to recover if he handled the situation strategically. Regardless, the public nature of the exposure ensured that every move he made from this point on would be closely scrutinized. The incident also served as a reminder to all artists that authenticity is paramount and that exaggerating or misrepresenting one's background can have serious consequences. Mae and Cam'ron, meanwhile, received praise for their handling of the confrontation. Sources revealed that they meticulously prepared, gathering historical context, eyewitness accounts, and documented evidence to support their statements. Their approach was calculated, aiming not to humiliate for personal gain, but to maintain credibility and protect Harlem's reputation. Fans applauded their composure, strategic planning, and commitment to truth, seeing this as a masterclass in accountability. Their reputations were bolstered by the confrontation, reinforcing their status as respected voices in hip-hop. The controversy also reignited debates about legacy and influence. Fans discussed how much weight artists' personal stories carry in shaping their reputations, especially when they claim ties to a neighborhood as iconic as Harlem. Jones's case became a prime example of how exaggerated claims can backfire, affecting both public perception and peer respect. Commentators pointed out that in today's digital age, where clips and screenshots are permanent, the truth can emerge quickly, leaving little room for manipulation or revision. Mae and Cameron's exposure served as a reminder that authenticity is not just about talent, it's about integrity, history, and transparency. Other artists in the community also chimed in, either indirectly through social media or publicly expressing their opinions. Some emphasized the importance of honesty and respect for one's roots, while others pointed out that hip-hop has a long history of rivalries and call-outs. Regardless of stance, nearly everyone agreed that this confrontation was a pivotal moment, highlighting the tension between personal branding, public perception, and credibility. The story quickly transcended individual egos, turning into a larger conversation about culture, representation, and accountability in hip-hop. As Part 2 comes to a close, it's clear that Jim Jones faces an uphill battle in repairing his public image. Fans and insiders alike are watching closely to see how he responds, whether he attempts to reconcile, clarify, or rebuild his credibility. The incident has permanently shifted the conversation around his legacy, showing the power of exposure and the consequences of misrepresenting personal history. Social media buzz remains intense, with debates, reactions, and discussions continuing to dominate feeds. Part 3 will delve into the resolution of the feud, the broader fan and community reaction, and the lasting impact on Jones's career and reputation, bringing the story to a dramatic conclusion. The aftermath of Mae and Cameron exposing Jim Jones's exaggerated claims about Harlem continued to dominate conversations in the hip-hop community. Fans, industry insiders, and fellow artists weighed in, dissecting every detail of the confrontation and its implications. The backlash against Jones was intense, with social media users criticizing his credibility, questioning his past statements, and mocking inconsistencies in his narrative. Viral memes, reaction videos, and heated discussion threads only amplified the public's scrutiny, leaving Jones under a microscope as never before. Harlem itself became a central voice in the conversation. Residents and longtime locals shared their perspectives, emphasizing that representation matters and that false narratives about the city could not go unchecked. Many fans highlighted the importance of authenticity and accountability, praising Mae and Cameron for confronting Jones directly and holding him responsible for his statements. The debate evolved from a personal feud into a larger dialogue about what it means to represent one's community honestly, the value of street credibility, and the consequences of misrepresenting history. Sources close to Jones revealed that he felt deeply embarrassed and humbled by the public exposure. Friends reported that he was reflecting privately on his past statements, trying to understand how the narrative had spiraled and what he could do to reclaim credibility. His initial attempts to respond publicly were cautious, carefully measured, and limited, reflecting an awareness that any misstep could further damage his reputation. The humiliation, insiders said, was compounded by the fact that two respected Harlem veterans had orchestrated a calculated and effective public takedown. Fans continued to debate whether Jones could recover from this setback. Some argued that his talent, influence, and loyal fan base could allow him to rebuild, provided he acknowledged the situation honestly and worked to restore trust. Others were skeptical, claiming that the exposure had permanently altered the perception of him as a figure in Harlem and in hip-hop. The incident became a case study in accountability, illustrating how digital platforms amplify every detail and how credibility can be lost almost instantly when false claims are revealed. Mae and Cam'ron, meanwhile, maintained their composure throughout the controversy. Reports indicate that they were deliberate in their approach, ensuring that their critique was supported by historical facts and eyewitness accounts. Their goal was reportedly not to humiliate for entertainment, but to uphold the integrity of Harlem's legacy and preserve their own reputations as authentic voices in hip-hop. Fans widely praised their strategic approach, noting that the confrontation elevated their status and demonstrated a commitment to honesty and accountability in the culture. The broader hip-hop community responded to the feud with a mixture of fascination, humor, and reflection. Influencers, commentators, and other artists dissected the interactions, debating Jones's credibility and evaluating the impact on Harlem's cultural narrative. The story dominated social media trends, with clips of the confrontation and supporting commentary circulating widely. Fans expressed that the public exposure was necessary, serving as a lesson in authenticity and demonstrating the influence that respected voices like Mae and Cam'ron have when confronting falsehoods. The incident also sparked conversations about legacy and cultural responsibility. Many emphasized that the stories artists tell about themselves, especially when tied to iconic locations like Harlem, carry weight and influence perception. Misrepresentations, whether intentional or not, have ripple effects that extend beyond personal reputation, impacting how communities are viewed and how hip-hop culture is documented. The confrontation became a teachable moment for both established artists and newcomers, highlighting the importance of honesty, accountability, and respect for one's roots. Despite the public humiliation, some insiders believe that Jones has an opportunity to regain credibility. Sources close to him suggested that sincere acknowledgement of mistakes, coupled with authentic engagement with the community and fans, could help repair the damage. Analysts note that hip-hop history is filled with stories of redemption, and that Jones's talent and influence still provide him with a platform to address the controversy in a meaningful way. However, the path forward requires humility, transparency, and careful navigation of public opinion. The fan response has remained relentless. Social media continues to buzz with debates, reaction clips, and commentary dissecting every statement, past claim, and music video of Jones. Some fans continue to mock him, while others call for understanding, reminding the community that public exposure can be harsh and unforgiving. Amidst the criticism, Mae and Cam'ron's reputations have been bolstered, reinforcing the value of accountability and the power of speaking truth to those who exaggerate or misrepresent their history. As Part 3 reaches its conclusion, it's clear that this feud has left a lasting mark on the hip-hop landscape. Jim Jones has been publicly humbled, fans have witnessed an important cultural lesson, and Mae and Cam'ron have reaffirmed their authority as authentic voices from Harlem. The story serves as both entertainment and a cautionary tale, emphasizing the importance of honesty, credibility, and respect in an era where social media ensures that falsehoods are quickly exposed. If you want to stay updated on every development in the Jim Jones saga, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You'll get all the latest reactions, follow-ups, and exclusive insights about the feud, Mae and Cam'ron's responses, and how the story continues to impact the hip-hop community. Comment below with your thoughts. Do you think Jim Jones can recover from this exposure, or has his credibility been permanently damaged? Share your opinions about the confrontation, your favorite moments, and how you think Harlem culture should be represented. Your voice matters in this ongoing conversation, and fans around the world are weighing in on every perspective. Don't forget to like this video if you were shocked by Mae and Cam'ron exposing Jim Jones, and share it with friends who follow Harlem hip-hop drama. This story is a reminder of the power of truth, accountability, and staying authentic, both in music and in life. By subscribing, you'll stay connected to all updates, including exclusive reactions, fan discussions, and cultural analysis about the feud. Every new development will keep you in the loop, so you never miss a moment of the drama that has shaken Harlem and the hip-hop world.